Hello everyone, GeekoNixel here, and today I am here with the 10,000 starter house challenge for The Sims 4. So in the beginning I cheated myself $10,000 on just a generic family, and then I started building. So in the very beginning I thought I would have so much more money than I actually ended up having. I thought, oh, $10,000, this is gonna be easy. It really wasn't, like, at all. So you could see the house is actually decently sized right now. It ends up being a lot smaller in the end. So the basics for this challenge were that you had to make a house within $10,000, and you couldn't use any custom content, and you had to have a separate bathroom and a separate bedroom. So I went with more of a loft type style to the house. As you can see, I'm already sizing everything down because I was already very low on funds. I'm just working on the stairs. The stairs will lead up into a bedroom, and then that separate room that I made is going to be the bathroom. I also never really realized, but I don't look at price every time I've built houses before. So every single time I've ever built a house, I've never actually paid attention to the price because I've always just, either cheated the funds or I've had enough money. And so this was actually a really big challenge for me. Going through wallpaper, I was trying to pick the best ones at a decent price. And it went pretty good. I think the wall coloring choices were very nice. I picked more of like a blue theme throughout the house. In this little corner, I ended up making it into a kitchen area. So that's what I'm doing right now, is trying to coordinate what I want the kitchen to look like. I wanted to add a little bit of separation without having a whole lot of separation at first. But like I said, this house changes probably about 5 or 6 different times, just because every time I started running low on funds, I went back and I was like, oh, well, I've got to make the house even smaller, that way I can actually fit everything that I want into it. I was also trying to give the kitchen more of a separation by adding tile flooring rather than having the wood flooring that I had throughout the house. But as you can see, I already changed the coloring in there just because I didn't like the way that it looked with flooring. And same thing in the bathroom, just adding some tile. For the outside of the house, I used just some siding. As you see, I'm trying to add some foundation and also add a porch. So just some basic things. And then this is me trying to reorganize, move the stairs, try to figure out how I want the house to actually look. I changed the layout so many different times. Like, as you can see, I just made the house smaller. Again, moved the bathroom inside. Like I said, every time I started running low on funds, I went and changed things. As far as doors, I went for some of the cheaper door options. I used the terrain paint to mark out a walkway. That way that didn't cost any money at all. And this is me putting doors inside the house. Just picked some of the basic doors. Nothing too fancy. And then this is me starting to actually decorate the house. As you can see, I'm trying to decide between getting some of the cheaper options, but then also going for more of the pricier ones. Like the cabinets, I know that there is a way to have the cheaper cabinets, but then they look run down and they don't look as nice. so I decided not to do that. And then in the bathroom, this is me adding everything in, and I was trying to see if it was cheaper to have a countertop with a sink or just to put in that full set. I also wanted to get a shower bath combo, but that ended up not happening because of the funds. Up in the bedroom, I at first was going to buy just a single bed, but then I decided that if an adult couple decided to move into the house, they would want a double bed. So I decided to go and spring for that instead. I also wanted to add a dresser at first, but then I decided that it was not needed. And as you can see, that was me taking away some stuff from downstairs. I also turned on the Move Objects cheat just to make everything fit a little bit better, a little bit more nicely. And then I went back downstairs to do the living room. So I went for just sort of a basic couch, and I played with the layout for a little bit because the door was right there, so I was like, I gotta make sure that it's not too close to the door. At first I was going to try to also put a TV into the living room, but that ended up not happening. This is me again, just moving things. Things moved a lot during this stage with the decorating. I also decided to add a little dining table, that way they'd be able to eat somewhere rather than having to sit on the couch and eat. I added a bookcase for fun rather than having the TV. And then came in the lighting. So like I said earlier, in this challenge I wasn't allowed to use any of the custom content that I got, which really sucked because I have custom content that for lighting it's only $1, but I couldn't use that, so this is me moving stuff around again and just making the house even smaller. I ended up removing those half walls in the kitchen to give myself some more funds. And trying to add as much light as I could, just because I know when I'm making houses I try to add a lot of light because I don't like when it looks darker. Moving some more stuff around again. This is me trying to throw in some rugs, that way it doesn't look totally awful. And then I was using the cheat to make it bigger and smaller, and then just trying to decide where to place them. And back upstairs as well. And then this is me throwing in some plants, trying to make it look even more decorated. And then realizing that I only had $1 left, so I removed the foundation, kept the little deck that was there, and then I figured I'd move the house in just a little bit more, just because it looked a little bit off. And that gave me some more money, that way I could go through and look for some paintings that I could hang up onto the walls, just to sort of brighten everything up. I ended up at first buying the box lily, but then it ended up being way too expensive, so I ended up getting rid of it. I also got rid of some of the windows. I figured with all the lights they really didn't need that many windows in there. And this is me trying to brighten up the space upstairs as well. And I removed the large plant just to give myself some more money. The roof is where I had the hardest time with, because of the way that I had the house laid out with that little lip. It did not look right at all. Every time I tried to put any type of roof on, it just didn't look good. And yeah, the roof really messed me up. I've never been good at making the roofs on houses anyways, so having something like this, it really did screw me up. But now looking at this video again, I'm like, oh, well, there are so many things I could have done to fix this. But, oh well, too late. But I tried my hardest to sort of be able to make the roof look somewhat decent. But then, like I said, it just always had that little lip. So instead, I decided to make that part of the roof into a little walkout. So I filled in some of it with some fencing, got rid of the paintings that I had so it wasn't as nicely decorated, but then they had a little walkout. I also was going to try to put in some plants, but that ended up costing too much as well. So I got rid of some more stuff and then ended up adding the plants into it. And then this is the house complete. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, remember to leave a like and subscribe for some more. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.